Spelunky 1 and 2 are some of my favorite roguelike games of all time, in case that wasn't obvious. The Spelunky franchise was innovated for the roguelike genre, and to this day it remains a surprisingly unique and standout roguelite. You know, I could make a whole, 2-hour video essay-ass video analyzing the intercomplexities of Spelunky, and how Derek Yu is this omnipotent god of game design. But I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I'm gonna talk about palette swaps. And I love these little palette swaps. They look like little figures you put on your desk or shelf or something. I love these little palette swaps so much that I'm gonna go over every character in extreme and sometimes unnecessary detail. And of course, where they'd fit on a tier list, that's what's important here. A 100% objective tier list, I may add. Yeah man, green-orange gradient, pretty dope. Believe me, they have a real advantage over red-purple gradient. The protagonist of this here Spelunky game is not a John Spelunky, nor a Jane Spelunky, but an Anna Spelunky, as in the title of the game. Anna Spelunky, protagonist, the main character, the Zoomer version of Guy Spelunky. Well, instead of having a full-out archaeologist look, she has half archaeologist look and half Bob the Builder look here. She also loves the Monty Doggy, and I can relate because I also love the Monty Doggy, and it's a big part of her character in game. She calls him a goober. She has these little rope charms of him. Oh, so cute. She even brought the dang thing with her on this deadly adventure. So clearly they have a strong and beautiful friendship. And yet she has no remorse when one of them juicy altars appears. If you play as Anna, then you're either very new to the game, or you're a stock purist. I'ma put an A. A for Anna.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free!
Okay, real talk, this is one of my favorites hands down. At least in my top 3. And it's pretty easy to see why. She'd be donning the color of purple. And well, purple is pretty badass. She's a pirate, and you know, pirates are pretty badass. She is the offspring of the Tunnel Man. Do I even need to elaborate? And given her clear affinity for bombs, you'd think that Margaret players are pretty competent in their bomb cooking skills. Not me though. I really like her. I'm putting her in S tier. Hey look, it's the hunter from Jumanji, but blue. Or cyan, whatever. You know, his eyes permanently look like he got his picture taken in the dark like a nocturnal animal or something. I don't know, man. He looks like he knows something about this game that we players don't. Fun fact, Colin Northwood is a real guy. A real last name Northway, and he's a friend of Derek Hughes. Very cool. Also, the hamster damsel Poochie is his pet. My headcanon is that Poochie was once a little lab rat, or lab hamster for mildly unethical experiments. And then one of these experiments made Poochie the size of a small dog. If you play as Colin, then you're probably a tinkering engineer just like him. I don't got much else to say about this fine gentleman. He just kind of looks like a mole. And also the hunter from Jumanji. I just don't play as him much. I don't know. I'm putting him in C tier. Maybe he'll move up, but you know, we'll put him in B tier. Let's put him in B tier. Final answer.
Can we get much higher?
So it seems like you either love this little man or you fucking despise him. I get that he's kind of a meme to hate on, but I don't know, I like him. He's a chill guy. Honestly, he's got a pretty nice fit. I'm a fan of the black and gray dull color scheme going on. I think that all matches his relaxed nature pretty well. And would you look at that pomp? Oh my god. Oh my god. And would you look at that pompadour? You cannot tell me that's not fresh. Come on. He also implies that 10 hours of sleep isn't enough, which is come on, man. I get that you're a sloth, but the average person spends about 1/3 of their life sleeping, so this man probably sleeps about half his life. Also, I'm pretty sure his name is a One Piece reference, so, you know, that's pretty cool. If you play as Rafi, then you're either a furry or a weeb, or both. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I guess I would rather play as Colin than play as Slothman. But I still like Slothman. He's a meme to hate on, but he don't deserve the hate. You know, Alto is certainly one of the more capable explorers. I mean, he is a PE teacher, so him coming to the moon for spelunking, I mean, that's kind of like being invited to American Ninja Warrior or something. He seems like a strong-willed guy who likes to motivate people to do their absolute best. Fun fact, Alto's signature cinnabar-colored turban is actually a reference to the Red Turban Rebellion. In fact, he was actually there during the rebellion with Louis Futong to overthrow the Mongol-led Yuan dynasty and establish the glorious Ming dynasty. So yeah, he's good people and he's got historical significance. What a guy. Who would have thought? A for Alto. I'ma say high B tier for Alto.
She is such a bad bitch.
Alright, let me tell you. People freaking love this character. Maybe even more than the robot. And I get it. She's a no-nonsense, tough adventurer. She's the kind of girl to grind out Kaizo maps for hours upon hours until the controller breaks from her spiking it to the ground. So overall, she's a bad bitch. And you can tell because she's wearing green. And all the bad bitches be wearing green. But despite her tough exterior, she loves and cares deeply for her friends. Aww. If you play as Liz, then I guess you're also a bad bitch? I think she also wins the competition for having the biggest eyes. Liz is pretty cool. I would probably rather play as Liz than these two fools, but I would rather play Alto than Liz. Red is a good color. I mean, so is green. Green's good and all. She's a warrior chief, but of what faction? Is she part of the tribe here in the jungle on the moon? I guess that would make sense. Maybe she was a spelunker who went feral in the caves after a really good run or something. The way she looks and her namesake would make you think she got some serious lore behind her, but we can only speculate. Oh, and her goal is to confront the gods and question them about the universe. This woman is a mystery. They got a lot going on with them. You know, I really like her conceptually, like she's like an Amazonian woman, but I don't know. She don't do much for me. I'm a thinking C tier. Another fan favorite. I mean, come on, robots are cool, especially when they got the little animated face on the CRT screen. Love that. Certainly a more friendly looking robot than the one in HD. She got the little Wall-E tread legs, little ball hands, and yeah, the stun animation being a load-in circle instead of Tweety Bird is just perfect. Overall simple but great character design. I want one in real life, but smaller, and also functions as a Roomba. I mean, come on, they're a robot. Robots are cool. High B tier at least. Her color is not blue, nor cyan, it is cerulean. Wow, very fancy. I think that alone sums her up pretty well. Bougie, fancy, oh, and then her exotic animal companion, Pearl. Like, she seems all prissy and bougie due to her wealth and fame from her being an intergalactic fashion designer or some shit. But she also seems pretty pleasant to be around. None of her dialogue seems like she's being rude or dismissive in the face of all these other peons. She's just passionate about her line of work. Probably because it makes her rich, but still. She also seems pretty nimble for her age. Pretty impressive that she's on par with everyone else here and she's on vacation. Alright, dude, you don't gotta flex that hard. I'ma say high C for Coco.
The best!
It's Tunnel Man. It's Tunnel Man. Like, the Tunnel Man. What do you even want me to say? Oh, like he's older now, he's got less hair, he's got a blue eye patch this time. Yeah, fuck you, he's going in the top of A tier. I will not elaborate.
Fly home, buddy.
Yeah, I just love this little guy. He's such a freaking geek and so proud of it too. His Mario Brother getup and his homemade spelunker hat attachment. He's always got that smile on his face. This guy just radiates optimism like no other. And given he's such a Spelunky head, I'd love to see a canonical tier list of Spelunky items made by Little J himself. And you better hope that his idol Guy Spelunky is nice to him, or else he'll end up as the main antagonist in Spelunky 3. Lil J good people, and unironically, A tier. I would rather play as Lil J than Anna, but I mean, come on, he can't pass the GOAT. Fun fact. Hit King Yama with an eggplant. This is a reference to streamer Bananasaurus Rex, who was the first to successfully complete an eggplant run in Spelunky HD. Y'all's gotta remember that the eggplant runs in Spelunky HD were so elusive, as they were not only rare to come by, but very difficult to complete. Well, this Bob the Builder looking ass aged a lot better than Guy, and overall I like her character design. Her warm and humble smile, and Lemon's a good color. We be doing 3 A tiers in a row. Avid fan of music and video games. Yep, she only listens to video game OSTs, and if you play as her, you do too. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You know what though, I like her. I like her fit. You know, dresses like a Mario Brother, like Lil J. And I also like her vacant, fluoride stare smile. I like that her rope charm is chewed up sticky bubblegum. That's pretty funny. Or at least I think that's bubblegum. I hope that's bubblegum. I don't know what else that would be. I like Valerie, and I think Valerie and Lil J have some similarities. But I like Lil J a lot more. And as in a lot more, I really do mean a lot more. Yeah.
I love gold.
Golden Buddha. Master Stoic. Peak enlightenment. My man's remained abstinent for 500 years. How do you think his skin became golden? This dude has dozens of worshippers on several distant planets and doesn't even know it. Admire his gleeful smile and his confident but gentle strut. He's been rocking the Lil Uzi Vert before it was cool. He's intrinsically connected with all known deities in the universe, and the man can also probably hold his breath for at least 2 minutes. And you know, despite all of his accomplishments in physical, mental, and spiritual perfection, he claims to be forever learning. Wow. I gotta say, that line really sticks with me. That's inspirational. Hang that up in an office or something. No other mortal will come close to reaching this peak performance. But we can all learn a thing or two from AU. And if you play as AU, then you're clearly at peace with all the totally fair and chaotic nature of the Spelunky 2 caverns. Or you just really like gold. Like, gold everything. You see, like, AU is so powerful, I think he needs to be taken down a peg, you know? Like, he can't be... Like, if this was a look, like, AU is too powerful. He needs to be taken down a peg. So, high A tier. For those who really missed her inclusion as the damsel in Spelunky 2, personally, I am a man of consistency. I've always used the Monty Doggy damsel, and still do. Speaking of, you think they'll ever add the handsome gentleman damsel as a playable character? Or the sloth? Oh wait, they did that already. Dang, no love for the man. You know, it's cool that she's now a playable character, and that she's Indiana Jonesified. Wait, how come she hasn't aged like Guy or Tunnel Man has? Or has she just barely aged like Tina? Or maybe Coco is the original damsel. Game theory. Coco is the original damsel. This is a 20-minute video about palette swaps. What am I doing? Most importantly, I like to get Vlad's cape with her because the colors match. Or wait, do they? Yeah, close enough. The Indiana Jones vest really does sell it. I'm gonna say comfortably middle B tier for me. The pilot. Oh, would you look at this beauty. His smooth, plastic pink spacesuit with white accents, and his wide-awake eyes, the slight smirk. Oh, my beautiful little autism character. Why do I gravitate towards this little guy so much? Maybe it's as simple as his strange, silly aura that surrounds his very being. But the pilot, at least in Spelunky 2, acts as a blank slate. Now, sure, you could say that about any other spelunker, but the pilot's otherworldly presence. Maybe he's friendly. Maybe he's violent. Or maybe he's a simple agent of chaos. This is because the pilot represents a world beyond the Spelunky caverns. He's not just a Spelunky character. He is the transition from cave exploration to space exploration. The pilot's nature is only scraping the surface of what's to find. The pilot gets his very own tier, with a power gap. Okay, fine, no power gap. Okay, fine, top of S tier. So it seems like he's the mascot of one of Mossmouth's new games coming out soon, UFO 50, and I'm pretty excited for that game. Oh, it's already out. Gee, I wonder what my thoughts are on this game, or collection of games. Well, basically, I think... Purple. Royal purple at that. And I also like the Nintendo Princess representation in this year's Spelunky game, that's pretty cool. But one thing I gotta say, this is some impractical attire for spelunking. Anna, Lil J, Guy, Tina, Tunnel Man, even Coco. They got better spelunking clothes that won't get torn up and caught on rocks and stuff. But consider this. Maybe it's a flex. Like, she's just as capable as Guy is, but while wearing this bill dress just to make things more difficult for her. Because if she was wearing practical attire, well, she'd just be too good. I do like her motivation being that she's a cook and she's looking for more recipe ideas or something. Yeah, sure, I guess that's pretty cool. I also like, she got this smug look on her face at all times. She's pretty cool. I like her. But I already got another purple character to play with, and that purple character is a pirate, and pirates are cooler than princesses. Sorry, I don't make the rules, man. I already got someone purple. B. I can't think of a funny or fitting sound effect for this. I don't like this guy. Why? 2 reasons. 1, I like the Green Ninja from HD so much more. And given that he's one of the last spelunkers that you unlock, there's this anticipation building up of seeing all the updated versions of old characters. See the updated version of Colin, of Alto, of Liz, of Margaret, of AU, Lil J, Valerie. And like, oh man, I wonder what the Green Ninja guy's gonna be. Are they gonna update him? What's he gonna look like? And that brings me to my second point. Eyes. Why do they look like that? He don't got the cartoony or dot eyes that everyone else has. Instead, he's going for the look of the devs in the credits. It just triggers my innate fight or flight response. It's like, get that thing off the screen. Return to tradition. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a big hater, but it's really just the eyes. They just don't fit in with the rest of the cast. They look weird. Oh, well, what about Colin? Okay, look, he's always been like that. He gets a pass. I think it really is just the eyes. And I just miss the green ninja from Spelunky HD. This one disappoints me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it disappoints me, but D tier. It's the Indiana Jones guy from the first game. Well, you know who else is old and from the first game, except Blue, and better, Tunnel Man. Look, I don't care if you're the protagonist of the first Spelunky HD game. You a washed up spelunker. You know, I do think it's clever that his namesake from the first Spelunky was just Spelunky Guy. You know, like Doom Guy from Doom. But then later to reveal that his real name in Spelunky 2 is just Guy Spelunky. That's kind of clever, like making Spelunky the last name. But you know, I'd rather play as the young and hip Anna Spelunky, or just Tunnel Man. Washed up Spelunker, washed up Spelunker, top of C tier. From the first Spelunky game. Like the first Spelunky game. Which honestly, I haven't played much of. Novel, but I don't know, it just doesn't do a whole lot for me. I swear, I'm like twice as bad as Whipping when I'm playing as them. It's a neat unlock for beating the true ending. I don't know, I just kind of see him as a gag character. Like, it's cool, it's neat, but like, I don't know, I don't really care that much. Bottom of B. And that's it. That's the tier list. And now that I'm looking through this a second time, I would say it needs no further revision or extra thought. It's perfect, 100%. Alright, no more Spelunky videos. I'm done. I've gotten everything I've wanted to out of making content for this game, and as much as I love it, I just don't really got much else to say. I want to move on to new content, greater pastures. So I'll see y'all in a year when I remember that I have a YouTube channel. Bye bye!